What's up, everybody? Stack Junkies here. James.
And Shane, hi.
We just wanted to give you guys a quick video. We're going to try something a little bit different than what we've got going on. I think we are going to be trying to drop these type of videos every Monday, probably in the afternoons. And essentially what we're going to be trying to do here is a little Magic podcast, if you will. Just kind of going over the state of Magic, what we think, some thoughts, go over some spoiler stuff when spoiler season's happening, go over Magic news, and just kind of give everybody our opinions on what's going on and what we think about things.
And also, feel free to disagree with us, because that's more fun. Not because we want to yell at you. We like having open minds, so if you think of something we didn't, let us know.
Yeah, no, please yell at us. Type back in all caps. It'll make me feel really good to be yelled at. I enjoy that. So
he's into that stuff.
I am. So let's do that. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. Let us know what you guys think of this. We can always change it up or do different things, but we're just trying to get a little bit more content out for you guys and get the 3 videos out. So right now, our schedule is going to be Mondays, whatever we name this video series. Thursdays, we'll be dropping a gameplay video for you guys, and then Fridays, we'll be going live. So we'll have 3 videos a week for you guys. Definitely check them out. Comment, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff so we can figure out the YouTube algorithms, because we don't really know what we're doing. And
not yet.
You guys so far have been really great, really awesome with the support, especially the local community. And those of you who found us randomly through the ether, you guys and commenting and liking, we definitely appreciate it. Definitely letting us know that all this time editing that I do and nobody else does, because nobody cares about James, has been worth it. So that's awesome. Fucking A, guys. So here's what we want to start with today. A little something that not many people are talking about. It's kind of interesting.
I didn't know about it.
Know about it. Yeah.
Until last night, and you're like, hey, this happened. And I'm like, oh, that's a thing. Right.
And I'm surprised nobody's talking about it. So I came across it randomly. I forget where I came across it. It was on Facebook maybe, or Instagram. I don't think it was Instagram. I don't know where I came across it. It wasn't Twitter. But on Twitter, Melissa Di Toro, basically she went on Twitter and she announced, which is also really weird now that I think about it, announcing through her instead of WotC.
Yeah.
But you guys will understand what we're talking about here in a second. But she went on Twitter and announced that she will be leading a new MTG casual play design team at Wizards of the Coast. So we're going to go ahead and switch over here to what she has to say. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you guys. So I'll just go over this real quick so you guys can, for those listening, can hear what's going on. So Melissa posts, I am leading the new MTG casual play design team at Wizards, and I am doing an AMA today at 4 p.m. Pacific on MTG's official Discord server. I'll be answering most of your questions there, but for now, here's a little info on what our team is doing. Our team is responsible for making Commander and other casual formats fun and balanced. Balance means something different for casual play than competitive play because of how much more diverse the experience is from player to player. So our team will not focus on balance in the same way that competitive play design does. Our primary focus will be finding rates and play patterns that make the format most fun for everyone. Some things we consider as we playtest and balance cards. How likely is the card to show up? Is it fun if it does show up in high quantities? How much fun is fit for the table? Net fun in brackets. How easy or difficult is it to include this in your deck? Does the card have enough interaction points and counterplay? I have been working on competitive standard limited balance for a while now, and I'm looking forward to the shift to Commander. We're a very new team, but we are all passionate about Magic, especially Commander. I'm looking forward to introducing the team in upcoming months. Now, if you guys would like to go ahead and read that for yourselves, obviously it's on the video, so you can check it out here. Also, it's on Melissa Di Toro's Twitter, so just go search her up and you'll find her on Twitter and you can go check it out. Also give her a follow because she is actually a pretty wicked smart lady. She's been behind some of the cool cards we've gotten, and actually I think she did board game as well somewhere.
Oh, did she?
I think so. Don't quote me on that, but I think that happened a couple of years ago. So yeah, she's a wicked smart lady, pretty awesome chick. So yeah, there's that, and I have a few concerns.
That's fair. Reading the whole thing, this reminds me of the Golos ban in a little bit of a way. And I know that sounds weird, but out of nowhere, Golos was banned just because, and they had their reasons. Right, wrong, or indifferent doesn't matter for this. But out of nowhere, they were banned. And it was because of the health of the format. But yes, it was for the health of the format. This reminds me a lot of that. when they say like for the balance and just fun,
Okay.
that's where it's iffy to me.
Yeah. So, question. Fun. How the hell do you quantify fun?
Exactly.
Everybody has different funs. Like, so for example, last night we played at a local, one of our local game stores. Is bloody awesome, and every basically 2 weeks on a Wednesday we go to either a movie theater or a Thai restaurant. Really weird, but those are the ends that we have. And we play Commander, and then the community
It's a
comes
whole
together.
Commander event. You play Commander all night.
Door prizes, all kinds of stuff. They're awesome. Metagames in Springfield, Missouri. Check them out if you get the chance. But everybody plays different. I played some high power level decks last night. I mean, there was one deck. Who's the zombie? The blue black.
Rotcleave.
Darkleaf?
Willet, I want to say.
I don't remember card names. He's better at than I am. But anyways, it's the blue black. He's looking it up real quick. But anyways, I stood up to go grab something from a different table that I forgot. I came back, and literally within that 5 seconds of time, the dude had an army just shit out on the battlefield that wasn't there when I left. Awesome. I love that. I played a different game with another pod, and the power level was like precon. Like it was, and that's what they wanted to do. That's what
different.
they wanted to have fun that way. They wanted to do big big Sweeney decks,
I see.
big swingy decks, and that was awesome. I mean, all of it was great, and I had fun. But that's two different examples of fun.
Oh,
how do you balance
100%.
that?
Well, there's
How
not
do
a
you
way.
quantify that?
We went, or at least when I sat down, we spread out. We played with new people and old people alike. But the first thing everyone asks is, what's power level? Which in itself is just
Awesome.
awesome.
We do have a great local community as far
Yes,
as checking that
no,
out.
we
all-
do.
Granted, some people aren't very good at figuring out the power
It
levels.
happens.
Ironically, they think the decks are stronger, I found, on
Yeah.
average, than weaker. They actually think they have a stronger deck than what they actually have.
And that's
But that's neither here nor
a
there.
side
So,
tangent.
yeah.
But they're like, hey, what's the power level? And we all tried to play at that level. And because we made that effort, that foresight to ask, everyone
Everyone has
seemed
fun.
to enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure.
No one got stomped, not the rest of the table got stomped when one person was going ahead.
For sure.
And that's fun.
And I just want to point out that we are assholes to each other. You guys have watched our videos. You know that we will just bend each other over and fist fuck the hell out of each other in game. No doubt. But we don't do that with randos. We don't do that with different
No.
pods. We do play like legit and we're fair and, just having fun. We won't do that. Unless they're down for it and then it's all bets off,
Yes.
We have played with a few people. We're like, hey, we just want to go balls to the wall. Let's do this. Down.
And
Let's
that's
go.
no issue.
Yeah.
But what because they say they want to balance the format, but also balance the fun, make sure everyone's having fun. My question is, there are some mechanics in Magic that are just not fun. Actually, one of the spoilers we're going to talk about, a little eerie
It's
interlude,
coming up.
brings up the sacrifice mechanic. People don't like sacrifice. I mean,
No, it sucks.
name one person who's like, oh, I play a Merciless Executioner, naming a card of Magic, and they have to sacrifice it, and everyone else has to sacrifice a creature.
I don't mind if I'm playing Mother Delta.
Yes, but you're the one who plays.
No, yeah, no, fair.
So-
100%.
If your deck's geared towards that, oh, it's great, sure, but everyone else has to get rid of a creature because that's fun for you.
And there's really no way to stop it.
No, I mean, there's very little. Okay, there's an ETB on the stack.
if
I
you-
stifle it.
Yeah, and there's not too many stifle effects in Magic.
Yeah,
I mean, at least with a destroy trigger or something like that, or exile trigger, you have an opportunity to make it indestructible. You have
Yes.
ways to get around that.
Mhm.
I'd say the only thing you really don't have ways to get around also would be negative counters. But that
Negatives
doesn't
are-
feel as bad.
No, and +1 counters and like
It can balance it out.
they can cancel.
But the sacrifice, I don't know of anything other than a stifle that you can get around. You're just like, you're screwed. Bye. Gotta do it.
similar to like discard decks. I know
Nothing-
discards are not fun to go against for the most
There's
part.
how many in our play group? But continue.
But anyway, some people don't like that. But also it's got a lot of support and some people do enjoy playing it. But how is it fair for one person to have fun and one person to not have fun? Do they
That's-
cancel each other out?
that's a good
Do
point.
they
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. My biggest issue with this, I think, for the balance side of it, is how do you balance Commander? You
Yes.
can't. I don't think you can. I don't think you can, and here's why. There's two reasons. One, you can't build a team big enough. That's the reason why they can't even get standard right sometimes, for Christ's sakes. Which I'm not trying.
a mess.
I'm not, for once, I'm not busting Watsy's balls on this. I'm not, yelling
Yeah.
at them. They do a really good job. That like the when I yell at WotC, it's the higher ups, it's the executives. I don't think it's the people on the ground who are making the cards, who can R&D and all that. I think they do a wonderful job. I think they love the game. They're passionate, and I think they're great.
Yes.
So don't, WotC, when I say that, just know I'm talking to the executives and Hasbro.
Big wigs with the ties. Yeah, there you go.
But, anyways, where I was going with that is, the R&D team will fuck up because it's a small sample. There's just not enough people. You go from, I think, it's been years since I looked at it. I think last time I had like 50 people playtest.
Sure.
So let's just say you have 50 people. So 50 people to playtest a set. That's on average, about 300-ish cards, give or take?
Give or take, yeah.
So that's 300 cards they have to play and figure out interactions with, as well as the 300 cards that are in standard currently from the last set and the last, 3 sets? So we have 4 sets in standard right now, I think. 3 or 4. So it's several sets that you have to do. So that's 1,200 cards. We'll make this easy. 1,200 cards that they have to figure out. 50 people. They do their best, and then they release it into the world, and millions of people are now playing it. So, of course, millions of people are going to find things that they could not find.
Yes.
Just through pure brute force of playing.
Yeah.
Commander has 26,000
just
cards
a little bit more
that you can play with, and you've got to realize, okay, well, how does this new mechanic play with banding?
That's not something anyone wants to figure out. Stop it.
I've always loved banding. I will probably never build a deck, but I do love banding. It is stupid, it is complicated, it is dumb, but I like it.
Anyway.
But that's just a prime example. It's a super old mechanic that nobody runs, except for maybe a handful of Commander players out there.
Yeah.
I know there's banding players out there. So they got to figure out how to balance that with this.
Yeah.
You can't. The team won't be big enough. There's no way you can balance. And that's what I said. That was one of my biggest problems with Commander Legends.
Yeah.
You can't balance it. They were like, oh, we did this for Commander Legends and we're going to put it in Commander. You didn't do shit. Because you can't. You just physically cannot do it. So why try? PR? But if it's PR, how come this isn't being pushed? How come Melissa DiToro posted it on her Twitter instead of
personal
on the home what do we call WotC's page? The homepage. Mothership. Thank you. Instead of on the Mothership, because I looked and I didn't see shit.
No, and that's fair. I don't know if I can agree or disagree with the possibility of balancing Commander, because I'm worried that their definition of how they're going to balance it is cut out mechanic.
That was another thing that was going to come in.
People don't like playing against the sacrifice of the discard, like I mentioned. So why print any more cards? And all of a sudden, it's erased.
Yeah, I didn't think about doing specific mechanics. That's actually, that would make sense. I didn't think about it. So that's a prime example. I was also thinking along the lines of not just the not being at a balance period.
Sure.
But to me, you know what this wording sounds like? We're going to get more Commander products, and this is an excuse for them to specifically design more things for Commander, and that's a problem. We are seeing more and more that Commander products, specific Commander products, are an issue for the format, and I think a lot of people agree with me, and I don't think that's a controversial opinion. I really don't think so. I think the kitchen table players, the people who are not entrenched in Magic, who just go out to Walmart, buy a pack or two, and have fun. Nothing wrong with you guys. Definitely, play Magic your way. Have fun. That's the great thing about Magic. But for those people who are entrenched into the game, who have, between the play group, we could put a down payment on a house, literally. And who are constantly looking at spoilers, who are constantly looking at reading articles, and constantly learning about the game, learning rules. Like just the other night, on the live stream, we did the Saheeli thing, and the
Kozilek.
It
was Kozilek, Frogify.
Yeah, so Kozilek and Frogify, we completely played that wrong.
Yes.
And then it took me an hour and a half. Like I kind of got distracted from that game, which really didn't matter because I was getting my ass kicked, so it didn't matter. But it took an hour and a half of me doing research to actually learn the rulings and figure out how it works. Also,
shout out to Kent Wolf.
Kent Wolf, thank you. I was about to say I could not remember your name. I apologize, TBI brain. But yeah, thank you for looking that up, man. That was awesome.
Yep.
Or I'm assuming man, chick, whatever you'd like to be called. So that's what we do, and so people like us are looking at this and all these new Commander products they are specifically doing and going, oh,
chill.
This is a problem. You're fucking up.
I was about to say, if they cut it even back to what they've put forth like this year, the push, if they just cut it back to half, that's max for me. Like, if they went to that point, that's fine. I don't go any further.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against that. I would personally just like to go back to
Yeah,
the
and
days of one precon
That's fair.
instead of a year. That was, I think, great. When I was playing, that was awesome. I loved it. I think it was great.
I think 2, one at the start and one at the end, would be
I
perfect.
could also be. No,
Would be
I could be
perfect.
convinced of that. I could be convinced of that.
But no, none of this every set release.
No.
There's at least 2 commander decks. That's
No.
too much.
But a byproduct. Give credit where credit is due. They have gotten better at making
Yes,
the decks, and I think part of that is because they are printing.
I think
Because
it
they
does
started
help.
getting better when that started
The
happening. So
precons
correlation.
have been.
They're getting better.
increased, Yes.
So, I mean, credit where credit's due.
that's
You know, we'll bust these balls all the time when it's deserved, and we will give credit when it's deserved. I
yes.
think we hopefully come off as fairly balanced, because if it doesn't seem like it in the videos, we are definitely fairly balanced in the play group. Overall, you know, we do try to be respectful and of all that. So I think, I mean, that just pretty much sums it up. And there's a couple other
Yeah.
things we can go over on this, but I'd like to move on to the next thing, because we're going to try to keep this at about 30-ish minutes for you guys. Just a short, quick bang and
Yep.
go to town. So that's that. We just want to bring light to that because nobody's talking about it. Of course, this is dropping on Mondays, and we are recording October 28th on a Thursday. Watch the mothership drop an article on it on
Oh, I
Monday
have
or
no
like
doubt.
Sunday, and then
Yeah.
just be like, "Oh, hey, you guys are idiots." But
at the time, we
at the time of filming, this is where things
we're
stand.
trailblazers. We got to this.
Yeah, we're cool people.
Yeah.
So, moving on.
Yes.
Something I did not know is spoiler season started today. I thought we had another freaking week.
I was feeling it, the tingly in the back of my neck. Hairs were standing up. I knew it was
Your
coming.
hairs must be on the standing up constantly then, because I don't think
Well,
we have stopped spoiler
that's-
season since the beginning of this year.
That's true. Yeah, we have gotten
I
all the spoilers.
still haven't seen a quarter of the last set, and
That's fair.
Marcelino is balls deep in werewolves
Yes.
and vampires, and like we have 2 major decks, Edgar and Edgar deck as well, and I still haven't seen most of the cards.
Yeah,
And now here's this. So
that's fair.
there's so much fatigue. But what we're gonna do real quick is kind of go over some of the new mechanics, or the new keywords. Excuse me, not mechanics.
New keywords and keywords and mechanics.
A little bit.
Just new stuff.
Yeah, just some new stuff that's been printed. Now, keep in mind, this just dropped today. We are filming at 13:17, so it's 1:17 p.m. For those of you who don't know how to subtract 12 from what I just said. And it's 15, 20 spoilers out, so it's not much.
Not a whole lot, but definitely quite a few.
So what we have is all these so far. So, I mean, yeah, it's 15, 20, like I said. So we're going to start with whatever this one is. Savior of Ullenblock. Now, keep in mind, we're not really talking about the cards themselves that much. The big thing here is really just the mechanic. We will read the card, though, so you can kind of get a little bit of context. So, Savior of Ullenblock costs 1 and 2 white. He's a creature, human soldier, for 1/2. 1 power, 2 toughness. Has training. Whenever this creature attacks with another creature with greater power, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Whenever Savior of Ullenblock trains, exile up to 1 target creature from the battlefield or creature card from a graveyard. When Savior of Ullenblock leaves the battlefield, put the exile cards on the battlefield under their own control. Okay, so overall for that card, I got some thoughts, but like I said, we're not really doing that.
Focusing on the training.
Training. Whenever this creature attacks with another creature with greater power, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. It sounds to me like this is weaker bolster.
Nah, see? Fair? I was thinking weaker mentor.
Also fair. Both. I mean, it's like Mentor and Bolster had a baby, actually.
A little bit.
Because
sorta.
Mentor's single,
Yeah.
Bolster's multiple.
Multiple
Bolster, you can bolster...
target, but
Oh, yeah, but you also, like, do the 2, so it's 2 instead of 1, right?
not always.
Yeah.
There are bolster ones.
Yeah.
But
I'm not
Bolster
very
is the
good with
weakest.
Bolster. I always fuck it up.
Yeah,
So.
Bolster is putting 1/1 counter on the weakest
Right.
creature you control.
But it can hit
Where-
multiple creatures.
Yes, it does check, and there's ways to stack
It gets kind of
Anyway,
complicated, yes.
Bolster is on the weakest creature, whereas Mentor is 2 creatures attack. If one has Mentor, you put a 1/1 counter on the weaker of the creature. Training is similar to Mentor in that regard, but it's also slightly different. It's a reworking of Mentor, in my opinion.
Essentially. Yeah.
That's honestly
I don't disagree.
how I see it.
I feel like it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
I got it off right off the bat, which I mean I've been playing a while. I do get most of them, but like I said, I still trip up on bolster all the time. You guys haven't seen it on the stream yet or on the videos, but you will at some point because I am horrendous at it. And I do run the green white dragon that bolsters in my Ur Dragon deck. So I mean, any other thoughts on that? That's pretty straightforward.
Training's interesting, but overall not game breaking. It's just another thing.
Do kind of like it in the soldier for the Esseons deck whenever I finally get around to it. The training aspect.
They have
of
a
it.
cleric that's coming out that focuses on the training.
I don't add clerics into my deck unless that cleric stacks bodies.
I see.
I actually knew a slight side note real quick. I actually knew a not a cleric, but a father, not a priest, but a pastor, while I was in the service, and the dude used to stack bodies. His stack was, I mean, it was ridiculous. Do not get on the wrong side of this man, because he would have put God into you. It was rough. I love the guy. He was a great guy. Yeah. But a little scary motherfucker. He's the one who's done stuff that he's not even allowed to talk about.
Yeah,
So, all right. So next card, I guess, is that one. Let me get rid of that. Yep. Dig Up. 1 green. It's a sorcery. Cleave. Costs 1 colorless, 2 black, and 1 green. And says you may cast the spell for its cleave cost. If you do, remove the wards in square brackets. Search your library for a basic land. That one is in brackets.
The basic land part.
Reveal it. Basically, that's in the brackets as well. Put it into your hand, then shuffle. Okay, so I am glad that we are having a card that's slightly complicated and that you should probably look at more so than
anything.
I was
about to say, I'm very glad that we have this.
And this is our first time doing this.
Yes.
So that makes it great for us. So if you're a little bit confused, and I think you probably will be because I didn't explain that very well, definitely look at the card itself. But to give you guys a quick rundown of how this works, basically for 1 mana, you're going to cast Dig Up. If you do cast it for 1 mana, you're going to search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, and then you're going to shuffle.
Yes. Simple.
Land tutor.
It's, yes.
Nice and simple.
There's 1 mana of land tutor, it's not anything new.
Now, if you pay the cleave cost, which is 1 colorless, 2 black, and a green, so a total of 4 mana, what you're going to do is you're going to tutor for any card. Search for a card, put it into your hand, shuffle.
It basically becomes a diabolic tutor that you just have to pay a green as well.
It's more expensive, but yes.
No, it's 4.
Diabolic tutor? Oh, yeah, Diabolic tutor is 4.
Diabolic is
I'm thinking of Demonic.
Demonic, yeah.
I don't run Diabolic because it's so expensive. I don't run it. But yes, that's fair.
But yes, it's...
So you got 1 or 2 options. Go fetch a land for 1. Go fetch any card for 4.
Yeah.
Cleave's interesting.
I don't...
Kind of like the theory.
I don't hate this card for 2 reasons. 1, it's versatile. I'm not a huge fan of the modal face cards or whatever. Not a huge fan of those. But this one, because its versatility in it of itself, I can get a land if need be into my hand to hit the land drops, okay, whatever. Or I could get another card late in game. It never feels like it's a bad card.
Fair. You're not wrong. I don't hate it either.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's strong. I'm not saying it's the top tier.
Right. I wish it was instant, personally. I think sorcery is a little BS. But,
I could see that.
I mean, you're paying 4. I can go either way on that. I wish it was instant, but whatever. Regardless, it's not a bad card. I agree. And as Commander players, if a card does multiple things, we like it because you only have 1 type of each card that you can put in there. As far as name cards. So the versatility is nice. Cleave is an interesting mechanic. I really like it. I'm curious about what else they're going to put in there.
It'll be interesting.
Naming it Cleave is a little weird. I understand where they're coming at from that. But I don't know. It'll depend. For me, this keyword will really depend on what else they come out with. How else they do that.
The other ones.
Because I wonder if they led with their best foot, and this is the best Cleave card.
And that's the best option you got.
We've seen WotC do it all different ways.
Yeah.
We've led with the best foot, Dig Up, or the best foot, and then ended with the worst. Tree of Perdition. Anybody? Master sets? But they've also, ended with a bang as well. And I'm not going to try to remember the sets for that because there are multiple.
There are a few,
they have done good. So that's Cleave. That's the Dig Up. That's where that's at. It's not bad. Not against it.
Next is Voldurian Estate. And mainly what we wanted to talk about is the blood token. Now, if you read who was the one giving out the hints or the...
Rosewater. Mark Rosewater.
Rosewater put out this article and it had
He likes to do spoilers for the spoiler season.
yeah,
But he likes to do it in a slightly naughty, teasing way.
a riddle.
That's really what it feels
a
like.
riddle way. Yeah,
It's like he's teasing you just enough. You want to come back to my place, kind of deal.
But he hinted at a token like the clue and the art or the clue, the food, and the treasure. Another similar effect, and that's the blood token, which is on this card, which is the best example I found. There are others, but basically, you make a blood token which says pay a colorless, tap it, discard a card, sacrifice this artifact as the cost, and if you do, draw a card. It's basically the clue's younger brother or sister.
More complicated.
It is the more
It's
complicated.
the more complicated, so I'd put it as older.
Okay, fair. Older brother, sure. But anyway, I like it. I do. I like the blood token because in the vampire or the whatever decks you want to do this, clearly in a Rakdos or at least a black color scheme,
Yeah.
they want the discard. The discard is a plus.
Yeah, this is great for Anya. This is great for that new chick. Or I think it's a chick. It might be a dude. The Exile one. I just played against that one last night.
He's a
Prosper. I just played against it last night. I can't remember card names, guys. I am sorry. I'm horrendous with that. But I mean, this is great for them as well because they want to be getting that engine going as well, and this can help them with that.
specifically again the blood tokens, not
Right. Yeah. The Voldaren Estate.
Boulder Estate.
I haven't had enough coffee, guys. Go ahead and we're not gonna read this card because it's a land. It's not a bad land. It's just basically a vampire land.
Yeah.
We're just using it to explain the card. I'm tired of the tokens. I'm done.
I know you are.
And I called it when it happened.
You did.
They are going to go overboard on it, and they have. They have 100% going overboard, and I know this for a fact because Dustin plays two different decks, both the one we just talked about, the Prosper.
Prosper the Tomebound and Lonus, the Clue one, the Investigate one.
That just both of those, you one turn and you've got
Yes.
all the mana, all the tokens, just everything.
Those are both very resilient because it gives you something for free.
Yes.
And
So much for free.
because it's something for free, we all know how it gets out of hand. That's
100%.
incremental.
And now here we get some more.
And this is another example of
Now,
another token. Not necessarily for free, but they might do something with it.
it is nice that this one costs something. That kind of puts a limiter on it.
Yeah, except, it costs one less for each vampire.
No, I'm talking about the paying the one to tap and sack. It's better than a treasure in that regard.
I suppose, yeah.
Little better than a clue.
No.
Isn't clue 2?
Yeah, 2 mana, yes.
Yes.
Oh, this is
So-
better than the Clue.
Yes, it's better than a clue in that regard because clue says tap, pay 2, sacrifice, draw a card. So, and this also has the discard a card. So, I mean, I do like the flavor of it. I think it's going to be kind of a niche-ish kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't think
For
it'll
sure.
go in any deck, or any deck that
Right.
runs this thing.
I just stop with the tokens, Watsy.
I see.
It's getting out of hand.
I know.
I don't mind them, but if you keep down this route, where does it stop? And this is kind of going back to the Melissa DiToro thing. I think we want to see more shit like this,
It's possible.
and that's scary for the format, and that's scary for the art.
Sure.
So there's blood tokens, guys. Hope that made sense. If not, like I said, definitely put some comments in there. We can definitely come back in and try to explain a little bit more.
Yes.
So we'll go ahead, and the next two are going to be odd, I think.
They're just cards we kind of like.
And they're in white, that's why it's odd.
Yeah.
So Wedding Ring. It's
We should get rid of them.
good point. Ryan Camp, do you want to be famous, sir?
Yeah.
I'll figure out how to blur that out. That's fine.
No, you're good.
So it is kind of odd because we're going into this because they are white cards, and,
Yes.
and white is historically shitty. Sorry, white players, but it's true. Blame Watsy. They want
It's
green
their
to do everything. So Wedding Ring is an artifact. It costs 2 and 2 white, and it says when the Wedding Ring enters the battlefield, if it was cast, target opponent creates a token that's a copy of it. Whenever an opponent who controls an artifact named Wedding Ring draws a card during their turn, you draw a card. Whenever an opponent who controls an artifact named Wedding Ring gains life during their turn, you gain that much life. Now, real quick, I just want to point out this card's going to annoy the hell out of me if Justin buys it because we'll never see a token or another copy of it because he's horrendous about that.
Yeah.
Just want to throw that out there
I mean,
for,
that's
for
fair.
those who follow us. But for real, on real talk, kind of like it. It's interesting.
No,
It links you with another player.
Honestly, I really love this card.
It's great
because
politicking.
it's great politicking. If you know someone is going to be drawing a lot of cards, you give this to them, and you're going to be drawing a lot of cards. And if you're in mono white or a color that doesn't draw that much, you're not giving them a whole lot of value. Yes, the 1 or 2 is, it sucks you're giving them free card draw, but you're still getting more.
And white needs it.
And white needs it.
And I was gonna say fuck this card until I realized that it's 4 mana for both draw and life.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome, and the life really ties into the white's thing.
Yes.
So I kind of like it. I'm not against it. I'm about it. And
I think it's a really good card.
Believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that's the set symbol for the Commander Precon. I think this is a Commander Precon set, or card.
Yes.
Specific. So
I believe it.
Keep that in mind. I don't think it's going to be in the regular set. Just FYI on that. So that's just Wedding Ring. We wanted to go over that real quick because it's interesting.
Since it is in the Precon, chances are they will include a token copy of it. They are very good about including the tokens.
Maybe. I doubt it.
I don't know.
Mainly because you're making a token of the actual card.
I know, it's iffy.
So, well, it'll be interesting how they do it, how they handle it. And finally, we're going to get over our last card here real quick because we just thought this was very interesting. I'll just blur all that out.
Yeah.
And finally, we're going to go over this last little card. Mainly because we found is an interesting new board wipe. I don't even know if it is a board wipe, but I don't feel right calling it a board wipe.
It doesn't
seem right. So here's what we're talking about, guys. It's called By Invitation Only, which is a badass name, I think.
That's really good.
3 colorless, 2 white. Once again, we're talking about white cards. I don't know what's going on, man. Are we living in a weird metaverse or something?
I hope this is the power creep that they hope to give white.
Yeah, no, I'm making jokes here, but I really truly hope that they're really making something happen with white. Yes. That'd be awesome. White really needs the help. I'm not a big white player. Don't even know if I have a deck that has white in it, other than Ur Dragon.
I think Ur Dragon might be the only one.
So I am definitely not a white player for sure, but I am still, for you white players out there, I'm hoping you guys can definitely get some help there, because I do feel bad for you guys. I really fucking do. Anyways, By Invitation Only, 3 colors, 2 white. It's a sorcery, and it says, choose a number between 0 and 13. Lucky 13. Each player sacrifices that many creatures. Holy shit, Batman.
I love
it. Wow.
I love it.
Now, it's not going to do much against a White Weenie or an Elves Ball, but that's fine. In most situations.
Against any deck other than a token deck?
Yeah.
This is a killer card.
In most situations, this is great. It doesn't matter if you have Indestructible. It doesn't matter if you have a creature that is 1,000 plus 1,000. It doesn't matter. Nothing. You sacrifice this unless you got a Siphon in hand. Otherwise, go fuck yourself and have a good day.
No, I do. I love this card. It's iffy that it's 5, but a lot of board wipes nowadays hit that 5 mark.
I think 5 is standard for board wipe now.
I think 5 is now the average. There are some 6s that are the modal ones that are okay.
The old school used to be 6 and 7, I think, was the old school board wipe.
7 was the ones that didn't hit your own stuff. 6 was the modal, and now 5 is more choice, but also not, and then 4 is just the general wrath.
I think this is probably going to be one of the number 1 board wipes for period now.
I think this will definitely go up.
I think it is. I mean, first off, I like I like their expanding. I like the playing. I like the trying something new, because it's the first time we're seeing choose a number between 0 and 13 outside of unsets. I mean, there's nothing that's ever been like this specifically, but unsets have done the choose number. There's a few black border
cards that do this,
but not
to this
in this way.
No,
and I think it's beautiful. I think it's awesome that they're playing in the space. That's great. It's gonna suck because sacrifice. There's just no way around it. You either have a Stifle or bye.
There's not even a Stifle. You need a sack effect for this one.
No. I mean, that's a way to get around just about anything.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is, you're just making sure you're getting a little bit of value.
Yeah. No.
The thing is, they're forcing you in that position. And so you're not getting the value you would like out of that sack. No. I get what you're saying, but in order to stop this from happening, you either counter it outright, or you stifle it.
Well, you can't stifle it.
Why do I keep saying stifle?
Because, like I brought up the Merciless Executioner, that is an ETB, you stifle.
That's what we're... Okay, yeah. So we got off camera, we were talking about some things that... Or what did we do that on camera? I don't know. But anyways, that's where that comes from, guys. I'm stupid. I don't know how to play Magic, so ignore me.
For this type of spell, you need to counter it, or
that's it. There's no way to get around it. Your creatures are gone. You have to sacrifice stuff. Now, it does throw you a little bit of a bone, because you get to choose.
Yes.
So that's nice. But still, that's going to be rough. And I think this will be a new standard. I think this will be... If you're playing white, you definitely run By Invitation Only. If you can slot it, slot it.
If you can slot it, it is definitely
it's a staple.
A good one.
I think it's probably... I have to see it played, but I can't think of much that'd be better than that.
I
as
like
far
it.
as no interaction.
Yeah, I do. I very much like this card. There are a few other cards that are being spoiled. Didn't have time to go over them basically.
Like I said, they got
But-
15. The lands, just real quick, they did the check lands again. When you play this land, it comes in untapped if you control 2 or more other lands. Other lands, not basics. That's key. So I think they're finishing that cycle.
Yes, they finished the cycle.
And I forget what the cycle's name is.
Midnight Hunt. I don't
Check
remember.
lands or whatever.
Midnight Hunt did the first 5, and then this one finished up. The
So they're
5,
wrapping up the
so
cycle.
We have a complete set now,
I like
which
'em.
is great. I love them.
I'm all about it. You guys go check them out. So that's just a quick rundown. We just wanted to do a quick video. This one's down and dirty. I don't know, we'll probably change the format, change up some things as we go. If you guys have feedback for us, definitely let us know what you think. We will take that feedback and I will work with it for the editing and what we can do maybe different and stuff. We hope you guys enjoyed this. We hope you guys, if you have any thoughts on what we discussed, definitely, once again, comment down there. Let us know. Interact with us. That way, one, we know we're doing a good job or a bad job. 2, we enjoy interacting with the community. It's really great talking with you guys. And 3, we want to hear you guys' opinions because this just is coming from us and our thoughts from our insulated play group, which you guys see how we play, so you know where that's coming from. And then 2, our local community, which it's fairly large. I think we have a robust
Yes, we
Magic
have a very
community, which is
robust
awesome.
community, which is great. But also,
It's
there's-
still small.
It's small compared to the world.
Out
so-
of everybody out there, I mean, you look at a GP, you've got a couple thousand,
yeah. So
and we have maybe 1,000. So
Maybe.
we're insulated. So these are just our thoughts from our experiences, and there's definitely more out there. And we'd love to hear other opinions, and because that expands our minds. Maybe you guys have a thought that we didn't think about, or maybe you guys have a counterpoint, and that counterpoint just destroys everything we said. And we're more than willing to open up and be like, well, shit, man, I was wrong.
I love changing my mind if it's
for sure.
supported.
You brought up a good point, and that's evidence based, and fuck yeah, let's rock it with it. So, all right, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope everybody maybe learned some new things, and if not, we'll try better next time. We're sorry. We'll go stand in the corner. All right, guys, that's the Stack Junkies. Catch us tomorrow. Oh, this is dropping on Monday. Catch us on Thursday for our new gameplay video, and Friday, come join us. Usually around.
We try about 6.
It's around 1800, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We try to, go live, so come join us there. Let us know that James is an idiot or the swing or whatever. So, thank you.